Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 between Cella and Namchir. My boy Richmond here, coming up with the awesome slaughter cheese from the last game, taking out one of the best Korean pros in Team Slayers, Cella, with some very interesting Banshee play. So I'm excited. I picked out a game with Namchir because I remember I just casted a game with Namchir and HDRA, and I was like, wow, this kid's got some spunk to him. I mean, it's super cheesy, and I'm sure he doesn't get respect at all, but it makes for a damn entertaining game. So I wanted to find some more Namchir games, and lo and behold, we have a Namchir versus Cella, with Namchir taking another win. So far he's 3-0 on my channel. All games have been cheese, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to win. And here we are in game 4. Now, it is Metalopolis. Cella is gonna be the Blue Zerg down here. And with this map, not the best spawns for Cella, especially against Namchir's playstyle. Close air spawns, so if Namchir wants to go for the double starport once again, I see that working out very, very well for him, and I'm hoping Cella's going to be prepared for anything. He's got to have his spider senses tingling right now. He's got to have 100% radar alert system online. Otherwise, he's going to fall to some nasty cheese. I already have a drone and an SCV crossing paths in the middle of the map next to the Mix statue, and Namchir right now has just a barracks. Nothing crazy yet. One refinery, everything looking pretty standard. One thing that Cella's really going to want to do this game is make sure he's got great overlord spread around Namchir's base. And when he needs to, he's going to have to sacrifice not even just one overlord, but maybe two, just to ensure that he gets his overlord in there and he sees exactly what the Terran player is doing. He is, of course, opening up with gas and pull this time, just like the last game. So I like that. That keeps him safe from any 2 barracks play and keeps him safe against a player like Namchir, but Namchir is not going for 2 barracks, as you guys can see, going straight into gas. So I would imagine he's going to open up with factory into starport here, maybe double starport again. I don't really know what else Namchir's going to do because I have yet to see him play a macro game ever. I don't think macro is in his vocabulary. That's the kind of player Namchir is. And he's got a bunker coming up. No, just an engineering bay, excuse me. So that is certainly going to be a little annoying. This is the building with the most health that you can create in the shortest amount of time that can basically manner the Zerg player's hatchery at the natural. And for now, Cella's going to have to pull a couple of lings off there. And of course, the Terran can always cancel that and recuperate their funds. And for now, we do have a second refinery on the way. Tech lab for the first barracks and a factory. Okay, so certainly a starport opening here is quite viable for Namchir. Double starport opening, in fact, is probably what he's going to go straight into. Nothing else really comes to mind for me right now. And oh, look at this, guys. Cella going for a roach warren. Cella going for a roach warren here. He killed off the engineering bay, but he did not build a hatchery at the natural. He is going to go for an all-in of his own. I like this. This is a total Korean mindset. You gonna cheese me? All right, I'm gonna cheese you right back in the next game. The North American mindset would, you know, something like HDRA, he'd be like, you cheese me once? All right, let's go into game 2. I'm gonna macro even harder and I'm gonna hold off the cheese this time. No, that's not how Koreans think. Koreans say, you know, if you want to bring the pain, I'm gonna bring it right back to you guys and hope you can dish it out just as well. So here it is. The roach warren is done. Larva has just popped out of the hatchery. The timing is perfect. Look at that. And he's got 5 roaches on the way. Namchir does have a Reaper coming out right now, so he will be able to scout the roaches on the way if he gets it in right away. But this could be a sticky spot for Namchir. I don't know how he's going to hold this off. He's going to need to get a tank out, and my god, he's got a factory. Oh, he's making a Hellion right now. He isn't making a siege tank. I was going to say he's got a factory on a tech lab, so he could make a siege tank, and all he needs right now is a tank. Is he going to cancel the Hellion and make a tank? He sees the 5 roaches coming out. He's got to know now what's coming for him. Immediately, he cancels the Hellion, makes a siege tank, makes a bunker at the front door, and if he can get this tank out, then he can hold this front door. And he will be able to take a huge lead in this game against Cella. Cella's cheese may not work here, guys. He is hatching, though, behind this, so this isn't exactly an all-in cheese. This is actually just some kind of hyper-aggression designed to do some damage, and then Cella's going to try to fall back into an expansion. I kind of like this strategy, but is it going to work? The siege tank is going to pop out, and it doesn't look like Cella's going to be able to bust through. Supply depot will go down, but that tank is just going to get so many shots. It's like a machine gun. It's like a Gatling gun here, and it's destroying all the roaches. Look at those roaches just have to fall back. The tank does 25 damage per shot, and it shoots it every I don't know what that translates into, 1.04 seconds. It's got to be faster than that. That thing is like a machine gun, man. So the roaches have to fall back, and oh no, double starport for Namchir right into cloaked banshees once again. Actually, no cloak this time. Wow. And this could work very well because, of course, Cella does not have any layer tech. He doesn't have any way to deal with air. He did see the double starport, though, with the roaches, so he knows what's going on. He's got to get spore crawlers immediately. One now coming up inside the main. I think he's going to need more than one, though, because there's two banshees now flying across this little chasm, and this is why on this map when you spawn like this, air units are so strong. Namchir's just gonna get right in here. There are two queens he has to deal with though, but two banshees can kill off two queens unless the queens have transfuse, which it doesn't look like they do. Namchir with great micro pulls the banshee to the back that was weak, and he ends up losing it though, but he gets the queen in exchange, and that is a worthy trade. One banshee for all these drones. Oh my goodness. And Cella has to reroute that spore crawler. Another queen pops out, and that may be able to save him. So Cella holds on here. Cella showing how prepared Koreans are here to deal with any type of cheese, despite his aggression not working out in the least bit. Now, like I said before, most Zerg players at this point would think, okay, the Terran's probably just going to macro out of this and play standard. There's no way he's going to build more banshees. Nah, that's wrong. Namchir is gonna go for more banshees. He's got more of them building right now. You can never get enough banshees for Namchir, who is the Sky Terran master, and this is gonna come as a complete unexpected blow. 3 fresh banshees flying in, 2 more on the way as well. And Cella's not prepared for this, man. He's still only got 1 spore crawler and 1 queen. 2 queens, hold that thought. 4th banshee comes in here, and the spore crawler, I don't think it's gonna be enough. This guy might actually end up going down, and Cella loses a spore crawler, gets to cancel, but loses it. Another comsat getting dropped down to check for the anti-air at the natural. It's pretty much non-existent. And Namchir here has got to be careful. He could end up losing one of his banshees. He loses one. He might lose the second one, loses the second one, but pops off almost all the queens as a result. And don't forget, he's got more flying in on the air right now. My goodness, this is just ravaging Cella's economy. Cella's lost 12 harvesters already. He's at 28 under 25. He's not even bothering to attack with his roaches and lings because he knows it's just going to be a fruitless effort because of the tank already at the front door. The tank doesn't even have siege mode, for God's sake, and I'm sure Cella was thinking there was going to be siege mode, that he was going to place macro, he was going to try to play on 2 bases, but no! Namchir is just going all out with banshees, and he's making it work! He's popped off almost all the queens. He could kill off the hatchery at the main. In fact, I don't see how Cella can hold this off, guys. This is going to take a miracle, trying to desperately get the spore crawler down. A second queen pops out. It could transfuse. No, there's not enough energy for transfuse. And oh, another queen drops. Another spore crawler drops. Another one bites the dust. And now it looks like Cella is going to try to move out across the middle, but he can't do anything. He just can't do anything with roaches and lings without speed. It's a little unfortunate. Oh, man. At least he kept his hatchery alive, though. That is one light at the end of this very dark tunnel. And look, more banshees are coming. He's not stopping. He's just not stopping. He's just building more banshees, bringing out the repair party here. All these guys are going to be at full HP in about a second. And this hatchery, can't say the same for this guy. He's bleeding to death. And I think Cella is on the verge of losing. He might get knocked out 2-0 by Namchir. Unbelievable. Wow. And the funny thing is, man, anybody who plays against Namchir, once they understand his playstyle, just get past those first couple of games, it's not that hard to hold off. Oh no, he's just gonna fly in here, and I don't see any way how Cella's gonna hold this off. A couple spore crawlers, look at the hatchery, it's gonna go down in a couple of volleys. A transfuse to save the hatchery. Cella realizing how desperately he needs to keep this hatchery alive, but my God, I feel like if Namchir wanted to, he could have killed that hatchery off. It's so unfortunate, he can't even get a layer, guys. Slayer Cella cannot get a layer to get Spire out. It's just so far gone at this point. He's actually building a third, which is kind of crazy considering how much aggression he's under. It's kind of crazy how Cella is still in this game when you think about it, after all the damage he's incurred. But he's still fighting. It looks like he's gearing up for an attack at the natural here, but The fleet of Banshees, the Royal Banshee Air Fleet, is on the way once again. Namchir looking to destroy everything of Cella, and Cella's got all of his queens kind of like surrounded in powwow fashion around that hatchery, ready to repair and heal. Doesn't really matter though, those Banshees can shoot queens in one shot. And meanwhile, it looks like Cella going for an all-in of his own, trying to bust through the bunkers and tanks. That ain't gonna happen. He's lost all of his queens. A couple of sport crawlers still shooting at these Banshees. It looks like, yeah, the Roachling aggression falls on deaf ears and unable to do anything. And there's the GG from Cella. Wow. Well played, Namchir, well played. Well, that was an interesting game to say the least, and Namchir is able to take a win here. This was from the round of 128, of course, of the IPL qualifier number 4. Hope you guys enjoyed this broadcast. I'll have more videos coming out for you guys very soon. And once again, make sure to tune in to Atlantic City and to MLG. I'll see you guys soon. HD, signing out.